What if your Microsoft Word document could talk back to you? I'm not kidding. Right here, inside Word, I can highlight a clause, describe what I want changed, and Claude AI rewrites it, perfectly formatted, with tracked changes so I can review everything before I accept a single edit. That's Claude for Word. It just launched in beta, and in this video I'm going to walk you through absolutely everything. How to install it. What subscription plan you need. How chat sessions work inside Word. The exact prompts that actually work. How to generate a full statement of work from scratch. How to push updates back into the document. And, the part most people ignore, the legal risks you must understand before using AI on any binding document. Let's get into it. Claude for Word is an official add-in from Anthropic, the company behind Claude AI. It lives inside Microsoft Word as a sidebar panel, and it gives you a direct chat interface right next to your document. Here's what makes it different from just copying text into Claude AI in your browser. Claude for Word actually reads your entire open document, including text, comments, tracked changes, footnotes, tables, and bookmarks. It doesn't just process what you paste in. It understands the full context of everything on the page. And crucially, when it makes edits, those edits land as tracked revisions inside Word's native review pane. You can accept or reject each change individually. Claude doesn't just overwrite your work. There's also something really powerful. Claude for Word shares context with Claude for Excel and Claude for PowerPoint. So you can pull numbers from a spreadsheet into a Word memo, or summarize a Word document into slides, without copying and pasting between apps. It currently supports .docx files, and the feature is in beta as of early 2026. Now let's install it. The good news, installation is really simple and there's no additional software to download beyond the add-in itself. Step-by-step installation. Step 1. Go to Microsoft Marketplace. Head to the Microsoft Marketplace and search for Claude for Word, or navigate directly to the Claude for Word listing on Microsoft App Source. Click Get It Now to begin installation. Step 2. Open Word and activate the add-in. Once installed, open Microsoft Word. On Windows, go to Home Add-ins in the ribbon. On Mac, go to Tools Add-ins. You'll see Claude appear in your ribbon or sidebar. Step 3. Sign in. Click the Claude icon and sign in with your Claude account. Make sure you're logged into the plan that includes Word Access, Pro, Max, Team, or Enterprise. That's literally it. No drivers, no configuration files, no IT ticket required for individual install. Before we install anything, let's talk about what plan you actually need, because this trips a lot of people up. Claude for Word is available on 4 paid plans: Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise. It is not available on the free plan. Here's a quick breakdown. Price. Claude for Word. Best for. Free. $0 /mo. Crossmark no. Casual use only. Pro. $20 /mo. White heavy checkmark yes. Individual professionals. Max. $100 /mo. White heavy checkmark yes. Power users, heavy workloads. Team. $30 $user/mo. White heavy checkmark yes. Small mid businesses. Enterprise. Custom. White heavy checkmark yes. Large organizations, compliance needs. This is probably the section most of you came for: how to generate a full, professional statement of work using Claude for Word. A SOW is a formal document that defines the scope, timeline, deliverables, payment terms, and responsibilities for a project. It's used in consulting, IT, construction, marketing, pretty much any service engagement. Here's how to do it from scratch. Step 1. Open a blank document. Open a new .docx file in Word. Activate the Claude sidebar. Step 2. The master SOW prompt. Type or paste this prompt. Create a detailed statement of work document for a web development project. The client is Acme Corp., the vendor is Bright Digital Limited, the project is the redesign of their e-commerce website. The project runs from the 1st of July, 2026 to the 30th of November, 2026. The total contract value is £45,000, with 40% at milestone completion, and 20% on final delivery. Include sections for project overview, scope of work, deliverables, timeline and milestones, payment schedule, roles and responsibilities, change management process, and acceptance criteria. Use formal business language. Format with numbered headings. Watch what happens. Claude drafts a complete, structured SOW with all of those sections, using proper heading styles from your document template. What Claude generates. You'll get something like this. Project overview, background, objectives, and parties involved. Scope of work, detailed breakdown of what is and isn't included. Deliverables, itemized list with descriptions and formats. Timeline and milestones, key dates, phases, and dependencies. Payment schedule, tied to milestones with amounts and due dates. Roles and responsibilities, client vs vendor accountability matrix. Change management process, how scope changes are requested and approved. Acceptance criteria, how deliverables are signed off. That's a document that would normally take 2-3 hours to draft from scratch. Claude does it in about 30 seconds. So you've got your first draft. Now let's talk about the iterative refinement process, because rarely does the first draft nail everything. The beauty of the chat session is that Claude already knows your entire document. You don't need to re-explain it. Example follow-up prompts. Adding a new section, add a new section after section 4 called intellectual property. property rights that states all IP created under this SOW transfers to the client upon final payment. Use the same formatting as the other sections. Updating payment terms. Change the payment schedule, make it 30% upfront, 30% at Phase 1 completion, 20% at Phase 2 completion, and 20% on final delivery. Update the relevant sections and the payment table. Making tone changes. The scope of work section reads too informally. Rewrite it in a more formal, legally cautious tone, without changing any of the substance. Adding a table. Convert the milestones list in section 4 into a formatted table with columns for milestone name, target date, responsible party, and deliverable. Tracked changes review. Show all the changes you've made in tracked changes mode so I can review before accepting. You can go back and forth like this as many times as you need. Each prompt builds on the last. This is genuinely how modern document workflows should feel. Okay. I want to spend a few minutes here because this part is genuinely important, and most AI tutorials completely skip it. When you use Claude for Word on legally binding documents, contracts, SOWs, NDAs, service agreements, there are real risks you need to understand. Risk 1: AI hallucinations in legal language. Claude can and does make mistakes. It may generate clauses that sound authoritative but are legally imprecise, jurisdictionally wrong, or simply fabricated. Mitigation: always have a qualified solicitor or legal counsel review any AI-generated contract before it's signed. Risk 2: tracked changes can be missed. Mitigation: never use accept all on a Claude-edited document. Review each tracked change manually. Risk 3: confidentiality of document content. When Claude for Word processes your document, that content is sent to Anthropic's servers for processing. Inputs and outputs are deleted within 30 days, but for sensitive client documents, you need to consider your confidentiality obligations. Enterprise customers can route through their own cloud provider, Amazon Bedrock, Azure, or Vertex AI, which may give them more control over data residency. Risk 4: no legal advice disclaimer. Claude is not a lawyer. It cannot give legal advice. Even if a clause it generates looks correct, it is not a substitute for legal expertise. Risk 5: version control. Because Claude edits your live document, it's easy to lose track of which version you're working on. Bottom line: Claude for Word is an incredibly powerful drafting assistant. Use it to build first drafts, iterate on language, and speed up your workflow. But for anything that's going to be signed, human review is not optional. If you found this useful, hit the like button, it really does help the channel. Subscribe if you want more AI productivity deep dives like this one. Drop a comment below, what's the first document you're going to try this on? I'd love to know. See you in the next one.